So let's begin. It is time. Hello. Welcome to Studio Cafe 315. I am Roseanne Perla. Tonight we are using gathering together the gathering leaves suite. It's really, really cool. I love it with its gold touches. I don't know if you'll see that on camera, but it's worth using. It's worth purchasing. And my let's see, you know, I put these things away and then I can't find them. So I don't have my sheet, but everything will be in the description. How to get in touch with me, Studio Cafe 315. I have a Facebook page, groups. I have several of them. I have, no, I don't see it here. But I do have this. We have a special going on all month. October 31st will be the last day to purchase your kit. If you're going to spend $35, why not spend $35 and invest and get $125, which is $90 extra in product? If you're going to buy $35 in product, why don't you put that $35 towards your crafts? For $125, you can get a lot of items and be able to make a lot of stuff. You wouldn't believe how much you can make with one piece of DSP paper, designer series paper. The other offer, they're giving you a choice, and you get to pick anything you want. You're not given a kit. The only part of the kit that they give you is not the part where you're spending your money. You get to choose any of the items you are interested in. The choice is, do you want to spend $99 or $35? $99, okay, and you get the same thing. You get an extra $90 worth of product. So spend the $35, get the extra $90 worth of product, and then put the other money towards the other $64 towards your your goals to qualify for, to continue on as a demonstrator. You're gonna love the 20% discount. You're gonna love being a demonstrator. You don't have to do lives. You don't have to do this. Majority of people don't. I choose to do this because I have nobody to craft with, and it is awesome. So that is my caveat today. I'm doing a daily, why am I a demonstrator? I never really had anybody to craft with, and this is giving me a lot of opportunities to craft with people, not just online. It's opened me up to all kinds of friends that I've made, and it opens me up to a community. And I've been traveling a bit with Stampin'UP. I attended a retreat with our upline team. We have a fabulous, fabulous team. And I know you didn't come here to hear me talk about my team, but really, if you are a crafter or you're interested, I highly recommend it. And I would sign up with me because I love to craft. I'm here for you, and I'm here for my team all the time. I give a lot to my team, and I'm a very generous person, and I love crafting. So that, reach out to me to Wednesday night. Today's Monday. We have a holiday going on. Wednesday night, we are doing with Stampin' Up a informational meeting. So you can sign up for that informational meeting with me, and I will be attending. I already have one person that is going to attend the informational meeting with me. So just let me know. Let me know tomorrow, or even during the day on Wednesday, and I will let Stampin' Up know that I have 2 people or 3 people or 4 people. That would be great. I have a growing team, and we're having a lot of fun. So I am doing a card tonight with Gathering Moments and Gather Together, the paper set and the die cuts. The die cuts are pretty cool, I have to say. All of this stuff comes with the set, the suite. These beautiful, they have little gold in them. I don't know if you can see that. They're called the Cajun Craze Gold Dots, and they go really well with this. How in the world did I do this? I used floss. I bought, like, for $5.79, I got all this different floss, all these different colors. I just put in fall colors, and I was able to get some fall colors. And I took a great big needle, which is right here. I had it. I have a whole bunch of sewing stuff and needles. So it's a Singer needle. It came in a pack in case you want to get this and do these. They're so fun to do. I cut out the leaf first. So I did, so I found this is how it works with these leaves. Okay, I was like, how do these work? Because they fit into each other. So what does that do? There's a maple leaf and an oak leaf. Oak tree leaf. So they fit into each other. So I put that down on I made my sandwich on the die cut machine. And I cut it out together. Because if you cut this out together, you will get the leaf that you can, with the holes, okay? So it'll come out like this, okay? I did it on practice paper first, just regular cardstock. If you don't use the border on these leaves, okay, there's 2 of them. If you don't use the border, you end up with just this, okay? Which really doesn't help you very much. And if you just use this die, you will get these leaves, okay? So you'll get the leaf. It cuts that leaf out. So I don't know if you followed me. If you use both, you have to use both in order to get this, okay? If you only use this, you will get this, okay? That's it. And he has a little bit of an impression of the leaf going around it. You don't want that, okay? And if you use only this, you'll get a whole leaf, okay? And there's a lot you can do with the leaves. I made a lot of different colors. I did one of each of the colors that I picked out and chose. I have pumpkin pie, Cajun Craze, this one is, and I have Old Olive. Cajun Craze is this one, I think. Now I mixed up. Yeah, that is Cajun Craze, this color. And this one, I always forget what this is. You're probably saying it out loud right there. You can write it in if you want. You can help me out. I'm going to go grab it right now. It is crushed curry. Crushed curry. I don't know if you got that. Nobody wrote in anything. No. But it is crushed curry. So you can make a beautiful wreath with this, or a garland, like the garland they have, the garland that they have. You can make a cool wreath with the paper, and you could do some other colors as well. You don't have to stick to these colors. You could do like some other colors. You know what I mean. And this would be really pretty on your Thanksgiving table. And I also thought you could do an 8 by 12 piece of paper. You would need a few packets depending on the size of, we're only 2 people, so an 8 by 12 piece as a placemat, and really decorate your table using this setting. I also made, instead of just a card, and I'm going to have a whole series this week. I put 2 forks in here, a salad fork and a dinner fork. I didn't like the knife in there because my silverware is too heavy, but if you did do this, and this isn't complete yet, but I'm making a place setting piece, and I have a couple of other pieces of things for place setting. So that would be really, really pretty to have your placemat, and then your, you know, even next to it, and then your dish, and some other things I have for Thanksgiving. You can even do the other side. You don't have to do this side. There's a lot of sides of this. And I don't know if you can see that gold, but it is there. It's so, so pretty. This, these, this designer series paper. I'm calling it placemats now. So this is coming this week. Each day, I'll have the rest of that. I have a lot of classes, tutorials, projects. Last night, I did one page just as a sneak peek for that. And getting these little dots out, instead of using your pick tool and doing each one of these dots, you can use your pick tool, put the brush on, cover the dangerous side. I love showing these tips. If you don't know this, great. If you do, bear with me. So the pick tool. Okay. And you see how there's all these little pieces in there. So like that. And they will all, I hold it up a little bit. They will all come out. It does come with foam pads that you would do this in, but I prefer not to, because then I have to get these little dots out of that foam pad. I guess it doesn't matter. You could just leave them there, but I can't. Yeah. And that's that. There's one little one in there, and those little, and there it went. It gets right in the grooves and comes right out, this little brush. So there's a lot of attachments that go to this. But most of the time I use it to pick up my dots, which you will see in a little bit. So I thought I'd just share that. And now that I have a mess, I'm going to use my vacuum cleaner and clean it up. Sorry. Just makes life great. Okay. We don't sell the vacuum cleaners. So I wanted to go over the dies. There are 11 dies that go with this. These are the largest dies. And then there are some little mushrooms I cut out for this card. I stamped gather. I'm going to cut a couple more pieces. I need an insert piece. This is too big. I have to cut it a little bit. And I want to cut out a couple of leaves to go with this. So, which die cut machine is worth it? Do you have a die cut machine? I feel that if you're going to invest in our die cut machine or any die cut machine, I would use, and the card base is 4, insert 4 by, I don't know if you can see that, by 5 1/4. Okay. I am going to take a piece of this paper. And I'm going to take a banner die. I think I want the next size up. Dies. There's the rest of these dies that go with that. There's 2 pages. I keep my dies on magnetic sheets. It helps me find them. Although right now I lost one of my dies from the other, the toile, or the other stamp set that comes with this. So it's a little leaf, but I found a couple replacements for it. I'm going to use this size die, okay, underneath, and I'm going to use this paper to cut it out. Okay. So what I like to do is measure it. Is 1, 2, 3. I might have to go out a little bit so that you can see this. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 by 5 piece. And I'm going to make an extra card after, so I never just make one. This is off, so let me take the arm out. Put this in here so I don't lose that. Put that in there. Put these pieces in here. It needs up things. And by 10. So I've got 10 on this side, right there. I'm going to bring this up. There we go. 4 by 10. And then I'm going to do 5. I'm just double checking to make sure. Beautiful. So now I can do 2 of these. Okay. And that probably should be it for cutting. We'll see. In case I get into the moment. I'm right behind me. I have my machine, so I'm not going to do that in front of you. But I'm going to set it up. If you would like me to do that in front of you, I can just flip the machine. Let me know. And I will do the second one. I'll check in a second. You can hear it. Just one quick pass. You could use this residual for something too. So I'm going to set that aside. And here I have it. Do you want me to do it in front of you? Let me know. Reach out and let me know. I can move the machine right over. So I'm going to use this on here. And simple card. Now, what if you don't have the banner die? What can you do? You can make a banner. You can cut with the size that you want, and then you can dovetail it. It's very simple. You just wouldn't have this curve. You could try to do the curve. I've never done that before. But basically, you're going, you know, I always measure the center. I put a little dot right at the bottom, and then I use my scissors, and I cut up to that point, and then I cut each side, 1 and 2. And that's it. And then you have a dovetailed piece. Okay. So I want to put my leaf on here. See how this comes together? So, so pretty. I really don't want to cover my leaf. It's just so pretty. I'm having a hard time covering it. I can't, I have no choice. I have to cover it. Okay. Now I could put, I'm gonna put some mushrooms on here and stuff. So, and some leaves, a little leaves, but I don't really need it. I have a big leaf. Okay. I thought I would. That'll be another card. So those place settings out of one DSP piece of paper, you could make 5. I figured out how to cut it so that you can make 5 place settings and have 1 inch of paper left over. And I can show you that. So if this was a 12 by 12 piece, I know it doesn't look like 12 by 12, but you would do 3, 6, 9, 12 because you need a 3.5. Okay. Actually, no, you need the 8 by 3. Okay. So 8 by 3, you can do 5 out of 1 DSP, and then you would do 1 this way, and it goes to 8 right there, and you'd have 4 inches and 1 inch left over, which you could do some other things with. Okay, I'm afraid this is going to sag, so I am using dimensionals. I'm going to use a few more. Now, if you wanted this to be flat, which I don't, you can not use dimensionals and just use tape runner or glue, whatever your adhesive of choice is. I am thinking, okay, if you wanted to, you could use another piece of cardstock underneath here. You could use another DSP underneath here, one of the other coordinating pieces. I'm going to leave it because I did a lot of work. This took me 20 minutes to sew. So, I'm eyeballing it here. Okay. There we go. Now I don't have to have gather either. I can do something else. I'm also going to put dimensionals on this because this is a little bit, and I taped it down. I knotted that one though. It's got this, you know, puffiness. So instead of fighting that, I am going to use some more dimensionals. And I think I'm going to do a different sentiment. I think I want gather on my place setting. Okay, so I'm going to put something nice here. And then I'm going to maybe I'm just going to use a small sentiment. I'm going to look at my stamp set. And this will be quick. Okay. This could be a thank you. Many thanks. Thankful for you. Expressing heartfelt gratitude. Your friendship means the world to me, which I probably would use those inside. I am going to use, which I should have done before, some of this. I get my little mushrooms. And then some leaves. I'm going to make some leaves. I'll show you that. I don't need a lot on there, and I just need a sentiment. You could do Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Fall. I have some of those in old stamp sets, so I really want to use the current, and I really want to use this one. Because if you bought the suite or you buy the bundle, you want to use this. I'm going to go with Your Friendship Means the World to Me. And I'm going to find a nice piece, and I'm going to add these leaves. I'm going to stamp them on, this is basic beige. I have another card set there. I have some pieces of basic beige. And scraps, and that's all you need. And I'm going to do the curry. Cajun curry. Crushed curry, sorry. Crushed curry. Cajun craze, crushed curry. It's hard learning all of these colors, ink colors. They are not easy. This is our chamois, and I keep it in one of the stamp cases. The chamois really, really helps keeping your stamps clean. Always maintain them right away. Don't leave them. It ruins them. Okay. Nice, because it's a lighter color. I like that. How it came out. And I'm just using one block instead of trying to fit them on different blocks. It's a little bit faster. See that? Okay. So I'm going to save this one. I keep a bowl, a dish, something, a container always around. Put gather back. See, I knew exactly where to look for it, what it was missing. Things can get lost. Someone's always complaining about something they lost. Okay, now the die cuts give you this ability to cut out these, so you just line it up. And let me get the big one here. You have all the different stamps there. Okay, and again, I'm going to take this over, or I can bring it right over here. I can do the mini easier. This down as well as this one. I don't need the rough edges. I use Post-it note tape so that they don't move. Because then I would have to repeat this. And I don't want to. Okay, you make your sandwich. It tells you on your plates, you need a 1 and a 2 to do a die cut. And then there's a different plate to do embossing. Embossing, you use those embossing folders. And that's it. And then you end up with your 2 leaves. And I am going to leave these very plain. I stick this back on here so I can reuse it. I don't know where my other one is, but I'll find it later. Oh, it's on the die. Okay. So let's put the mushrooms on, and then we just have to do a sentiment. I'm going to use, since I used dimensionals on those, I need to use dimensionals on the mushrooms. Just to hold them up. It really has to go off the paper. Right there. And one more right here. There we go. And the leaves, I'm going to do my sentiment and then I'll do the leaves. So, your friendship means the world to me. And again, I'm going to use basic beige. Let me see. These are big sentiment pieces. I might just cut it myself. I don't want to use a circle. I'm trying to preserve as much of that as I can. And this is pretty layered. Even though I thought I was going to do another piece underneath, I really don't need to make it any heavier than it is. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is cut a piece of basic beige. And I'll cut a piece of basic beige and I will just wing it. I'm going to keep it basic beige on the top as well. I'm going to use some of the ribbon. It has this set of ribbons, threads. And I have some opened already. I have 2 sets. But I also pulled out this thread that will look nice with this. So I'm going to do a combo. Green isn't really in this leaf set, but there is green in other leaf sets. So I'm going to stamp this and then I'm going to cut it, fussy cut it myself. If I can find where I put my stamp. Oh, mamma mia. And I think I'm going to do it in espresso, early espresso, or Cajun craze. Early espresso. I said I couldn't find my stamp, and I see it's right in front of me. I pulled so much stuff out. I have Cajun Craze and Early Espresso here. I'm going to do Early Espresso. If you think you prefer something else, please let me know. Comments are great. Comments are helpful. We are crafting together. I always say, grab something and craft with me. I'm going to try Cajun Craze. I'll do 2 of them. Just drying it off, although it dried very quickly. So this ribbon came from Mediterranean Blooms, that Mediterranean Sweet. And it came with blue, which is Night of Navy. This is it for me. Sometimes you just need to see it and figure it out. Okay. So I am going to paper cut it and then trim it. It's going to be a simple cut. And this is great for people who don't have all of the little pieces. I mean, I could pull another set. I do have to cut these out, but I prefer to let you have a card that you can make at home without having every single die cut or things that I have available to me. That's my goal, is to show you that you can craft with whatever you have available. And sometimes it's just scissors and cardstock. And it works. If you're an advanced crafter, then by all means, you know, knock it out of the park. Up, you know, make it, you know, up better than, you know, just a little bit. This is not plain though, by any means, just because you're cutting it out. So I'm going to cut this with my paper cutter though, like my trimmer. Because I don't want to mess that up. It's easier for me to do that. And I'm going to take off a teeny bit here. Okay. I think that looks really good. Grab my card. nice. That's so much better. I am going to, again, use dimensionals again. I love my dimensionals. So I can do another one of these and I can kick it up a little bit more. I'm going to put it over here on that side. And then I'm going to add my leaves right here. I'll glue them down after when I see where I want them. And right here. Okay. I love it. And I have to add ribbon or my thread. And I don't think there's anything simplistic about this card. Okay. Now you can do it several ways. You can add it underneath and go back and forth. You can do a bow like this. This is how you make a bow and even it out. Okay, that's how I like to make a bow. And there we go. Okay, so I am going to put a glue dot this time underneath here. I don't think I need I can glue it. Glue dot, a little bit of adhesive. It's worn down. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. And then I'm going to add a couple of those embellishment beads. And we're done. And we have one beautiful card. Oh, we have to do the inside. Sorry. This is a maple leaf. Today is the Canadian Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all the Canadians today. My glue dots just went crazy and stuck to my piece of paper there. Okay. That looks good there. Tucking it in. Oh, I like it over here. I could go here too. Oh, it's going over here. And you can turn it around. This, I will definitely use a glue dot. Look at that. I like it that way. I like playing a lot that way. Okay. Now I'm going to use these glue dots that stuck to everything. We have 2 more things to do. Sorry, I like to play. I'm going to use 2 glue dots. I'm going to put it right on the knot. And I'm going to adhere it under here. Tack it down. And I like to butterfly my ribbon. Okay. Over the top now. Embellishments with my tool. It has a little piece of gummy stuff on the end, and that helps you pick up things. Even ephemera, even pieces of paper, even these little things, okay? You can pick them up. So the technique is push and it lifts, okay? Definitely putting one there. I'm going to put a big one. Push and lift right there. I'm readjusting my putty. And a medium sized one. There's 3 sizes on this. Right there. Oops. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I really like how this card came together. So what am I going to put inside? Do this. And okay. What a beautiful card. Your friendship means the world to me. Expressing heartfelt gratitude or thankful for you. And I could have used thankful for you as a little sentiment there. I'm happy with it, but I'm just thinking now, thankful for you. Now, if you are a very fussy person and you do not like to eyeball, you can measure it out. I'm usually pretty happy. Okay. Maybe a touch over. And again, I'm going to use Cajun Craze. And that's just a preference. How it looks to you, how you feel about it. And you just tap lightly. You do not want to get, like, there's a lot on there. You don't want to get more than that. You might see my head here. I apologize. Okay. Let's do the oopsie side. I knew there was too much on there. I'm going to clean this off. Dry it, because this is water-soluble ink, and you don't want it becoming a watercolor. Much better. Teeny bit. Okay. And don't press too hard. Just lightly and hold. Lightly. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on before I did. And there I have it. I'm happy with that. I know it's a tiny bit crooked. It's okay. The paper. I'm going to cut a strip. Let me see. Okay, that's not big enough for there, but okay. I'm going to decorate my envelope. My sister was here today, and I just showed her. As many times as I've done this, I think I have an old video on it, and where I just did the envelope. As many times as I've done this, she's like, oh, is that a sticker? No, it's just what I'm doing here. I'll show you. And I take my paper and I line it up, not over that scored line of the envelope. Okay, and I gently glue it down. The great thing about the green glue is it does adhere fast. And this one, I am not seeing it. I like using these types of envelopes. So usually I go right around. Without cutting my envelope. Now you could cut and measure. I find that I waste paper when I do that. That little bit is wasted. So there you have that. I'm going to redo this, but also you can put a little piece of paper in here. You can take a little edge. You can do like 1/4 of an inch and put it on the bottom there and just decorate that. Or you can stamp inside with the leaves. But I am going to redo this because this, for some reason, usually I don't see it, and I do see it, so I don't want to use that. But I'm not going to do it tonight in front of you. I'm just saying that I will do it, but I will stamp and show you how I do leaves on this. The paper has the yellow Cajun craze and the brown leaves, so I will do that Cajun craze. Crushed curry. I don't use crushed curry that often, so I'm going to go off a little. Okay, and I am going to do, so I would do that, and I'll redo that, and then I'm going to glue it into here, and there you have your beautiful card, all done, with a beautiful envelope. Okay. So that is using a little bit of the sweet dies, or a bundle, the dies, the paper, and the embellishments, dots, the thread, and I added an extra thread in there. You don't have to, you can double it up. You can use whatever you like, whatever you have. Tell me if you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Okay. You can add a lot more to this card. I always say you can add a gift card. It could be a birthday card, a get well card. You could do a lot with this. How do you like it? Thank you for watching.